told me that I'm being evicted because they went back, they retroed how much I owe in rent from my job. And when I got my job, and they say I owe $8,000 in back rent. And it doesn't even matter if I quit my fucking job today. They're still gonna make me pay that $8,000, and I don't fucking have that money. Like, I don't understand. And then I asked them, I said, when I did my renewal, I didn't have a job. Last year, I've only had the job for like 6 months. And they said anytime you change your income, it don't matter if it's renewal or not. You gotta report it. And if you don't report it, they're just gonna find out anyway, and they're just gonna add it all up and make you fucking pay. And now tell me if I don't pay that money, we gotta leave. I don't have that money. We don't have anywhere to go. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I was just getting to be okay with having to pay the increase next month. And he said it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if I quit my job today, bro. Like, I still owe that money, and I'm still gonna be evicted. Like, where are we supposed to go? I can't fucking win, bro. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so fucking hard, bro. I can't stand it here. I can't fucking stand it. I can't fucking stand it, bro. Oh my fucking God.
All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWAHSHI'S, Rakah, Quadash, double honors to apostles at GMS, and the sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And this is from the brother GMS, North Carolina. He recorded this as well. And a lot of brothers got a good kick out of this. And as even by his titles, these women out here saying they don't need a man. And, well, guess what? Actually, and I probably should have done a video on it if I could go back and find it. But that was a woman actually mentioning that single moms is not supposed to be a thing. Because she was saying, because someone was asking her, how do single moms win in this society? And she says, you're not supposed to. That's not a thing. And she's right. Because she even says men will have a better chance technically surviving better than women. Which is still true regardless. Because she said that men are naturally built to handle stuff like this. Women are not. That's why women have all these problems, being always upset, and so on and so forth. And this is the outcome. Single moms ain't really going to get nowhere. She even says they can have the better jobs and still will fail. And she says primarily number one reason is because women back then knew how to save. Women today don't. And that was like later on, like far as the other video. I mean, far as further into the video. But if I could find it, I'll probably do another video on it. But this is what happens when you try to trick the society, try to trick the system, and do it in the wrong way. That's like the same as doing drugs and think you're gonna get somewhere. Doesn't always get somewhere. And if you do get somewhere, it's gonna backfire on you. So I'm gonna go straight to the scriptures. So this is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Who's rejoicing? Who's actually rejoicing? It says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Was she not mourning? Was a lot of people not mourning when people were talking about complaining about prices and all this other stuff? This is supposed to be some great utopia, some big place with all the opportunities, which there is opportunities, but it's not meant to last. It's not meant to get you to the top of the top. It's meant to get you somewhere, but not to the top. So with all these things that's going on, all these stipulations, all these other things going on, there's no such thing as rejoicing in this society. Yeah, you can rejoice a little bit, like, hey, I got a better job and all this other stuff. But we know with all these things that's happening, it's just going to get worse out here. Soon it's going to get to the point where everything gets so high, but these jobs ain't trying to increase their pay. So you know what's going to happen from there. But here she tried to trick the system, thinking she was going to win and make some great success, and it got nowhere. Now she owes $8,000 and has to move somewhere. And this goes for a lot of people that tries this stuff, but also these women that actually think they can get over and actually think they get somewhere just because the system was given to them partially. And I say keywords partially because they just as screwed. They even more screwed than us because they're giving this false hope, this imaginary hope that they could climb ranks by doing anything they want, and it doesn't work that way. These guys, these hell, it's the men that sets them up. So what do you think they're getting somewhere with? And it says even on the back of the dollar, in God we trust. Who are they trusting in? Who's the God? They don't specify these things, but this is why they always talk about, especially even Jake. You got to chase that bag, but the bag, the bag ain't getting pulled into their lap like that. It says, this is Isaiah 4:1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. And I'm gonna stop there because I think there was another article some months back, and I might have done a video on it, I don't remember, where they was talking about it's basically more feasible to move in with someone and be able to take care of the house than it is to be by yourself. Which is true. The more people you have working in one home, the more easier things become. But they're saying that it's better to have family nowadays than to move out. Which, again, it's always better to try to move out than be what you gotta do what you gotta do. But it's becoming hard to the point that it may come to that conclusion where a lot of people had to go back to their families. Now, and that's the biggest thing. Now, women, it's going to come to a point where these women, and technically it already happens now. Even my father was mentioning, even back then, women didn't mind when you had another woman, and it's going to go back to that. It's going to go back to, even as the scripture says, these women going to go find a man that already has women, and then they're going to cleave unto them. It says, and I'm going to read it again. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, and to take away our reproach. Which means all the problems that they can't handle. Right? Because again, we're the ones that's going to be relied upon again. All these women dealing with now is just a simulation. We're living in a simulation as we speak. But it's a temporary simulation. But this goes to show you that the system don't care about these women as much as they think they do. They would just use as pawns against us. Even as now, Esau doesn't have to throw them anything. That's why they haven't been getting anything new. These flames has been given new stuff. Whereas the women, not really. They haven't been given much of anything. They got pretty much what was given to them. But they try to ask for more and they ain't getting more. I'm even seeing I'm seeing some things about them cutting back on child support, and the women getting mad about it. So what does that tell you about it? Right? So this is Isaiah 30:12. It says, wherefore thus saith the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. I'm going to stop there because I want to get into that word breach, which I have right here. So the definition of breach, of course, we understand breach, gap, like a big hole that's broken through, broken forth. And even says broken wall. Outburst, which is the Lord's wrath. So let's go back. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a broken wall to the Lord's wrath, ready to fall, which is the Lord's wrath. That this wall that was given to these women and these men to a degree, because everybody, our people as a whole, believe in loving in this society. This society is that big broken, this wall that's pretty much going to be broken. And that comes with the philosophies, these thought processes, and all sorts of stuff. It's gonna go back to survival instincts. It says swelling out in high wall. Sorry, swelling out in the high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant, which means that whole dreams of this society dashed to pieces just like that. Because it even says right up here, because ye have despised this word and trust in oppression and the perverseness. The perverseness is just not the sexual acts, well, physically, but it's also the sexual acts of the philosophies. Believing in all these things, this is the mentality, that's the perverseness that goes on here. So all that, even as I keep going forward, as I read again, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. So all that comes to a stop and to a halt. Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly in an instant. And we're seeing the wall starting to be broken down until that until it really collapses. This society. So you're gonna a lot of this stuff you're seeing is gonna get worse, and these women will snap back into order. So that's pretty much all I got going to that. So Lord willing, this is edifying with that. Shalom.